Hello, Rickney video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Ultra Premier Classic Cup again in the Ultra League, which is always one of the best cups that you can play. I think this first battle that you're going to see here going to be actually in the Open Ultra League just because I misclicked. Happens, to be honest, sometimes when you have like so similar metas, like every Ultra League Premier Classic team going to be eligible for the normal Ultra League, of course, as well. So sometimes happens. I think they had, if I don't spoil too much here, I think they had a Talonflame somewhere. So yeah, but otherwise, this team is a very fun team. This is a team that I also, yeah, here's a Talonflame. They also put into my best team video earlier today. And you see here also why the damage of this Sneasler is insane. And the damage of Sneasler, especially in a no-XL meta, going to be even better. And I had a really great run actually with this team. This team definitely works out pretty well and was really nice to play. As you're going to have here the Lapras, which is mainly actually a Lapras review. I play a lot of games pretty horrible, to be honest. I'm very tired. It's still late. I'm still sick. So it's a little bit of a difficult combination here. Yes, for example as well, I don't think I played it perfectly fine against the Gengar. I can shield this one now, but I don't really have anything to threaten it with my charge moves. So I would have maybe even been able to farm down, but like this I can go at least for 2 X's, maybe get 2 shields. Yeah, I'm not sure. But we're going to be able to, yeah, actually get both of the shields. I can go into my Dragonite, farm down, and I can align my Dragonite with some extra energy against their Dragonite. They do a perfect swap into the SCAF, which doesn't really matter too much. We can go ahead and go for one superpower now. We get there in time before they can get to their move, and we should be able to do a nice amount of damage here that should put them into range where I can just now farm down with my Lapras, keep the shield for the potential superpower of the opposing Dragonite, go for one strength and to win the game here. This is definitely more like a showcase for how good Lapras is actually, because Lapras completely carried me. Not gonna lie, this Pokemon was really nice, and I can highly recommend you trying out Lapras. I actually think it might be a little bit better than Walrein, which you wouldn't really expect too much, but in this matchup here against Walrein in the 0 shields, and like in I think nearly every shield scenario, maybe not 2 shields, if you just both go straight nuke moves here, you should be able to win this matchup pretty easily. You don't even have to shield their Earthquake, not even the first one. To be able to deal a very decent amount of damage there and win the matchup. But here in this case, I actually shielded the first one. Maybe I should always shield the first one. I didn't do it later on, and I think like looking at this matchup, it might be even better to shield the first one. We see a Venusaur coming in here. Doesn't matter in which Pokemon we go. Sneasler actually going to be able to resist both of the charge moves here. Of course, not doing that much damage back, but you see we have Shadow Claw on this. We can do some nice damage against this little tree here and go for some extra damage as well. Getting most likely a shield here from them as well, which is going to be kind of nice. We have a double grass line from them in the back. We can actually snipe this Trevenant with our Dragonite because we have a 1-turn fast move with the Dragon Breath, and my opponent had enough here. Going into the next match here, we're going to see a Charizard lead. Very good lead for us, of course. Let's see what they're going into. They go into a Surfetch, which is also really good, as we can go now for one Dragon Claw. They went up to a Brave Bird, so I'm going to shield it. They go for Leaf Blade, which means they run Brave Bird. Otherwise, you wouldn't go really for Leaf Blade against a Dragon and Flying type if you had Night Slash as your secondary move. So I'm going to shield up here again and just farm them down at this point of time. It's going to be another Brave Bird as expected, or like the first Brave Bird, but it is a Brave Bird as expected. As we can now get a lot of energy here going into this Charizard matchup. Going to be able to get some nice Dragon Claws off here. And we got him already at half health. We can go for another one. And Dragonite in this matchup now, like Dragonite in general in this league, is insanely strong. If you have no Dragonite yet, you're definitely missing out. You don't even need a Community Day move for this Pokemon. It's just one of the most accessible and most easiest Pokemon to get for this league, which is kind of insane, because back in the day the Charizard was not the Charizard, the Dragonite was really rare, but nowadays it isn't really. I could have went for the close combat there if I know that my counts correctly, but I didn't, so that's kind of on me. It doesn't really matter because Lapras is just an insane tank, as you can see here. Cross Chop going to do something, but not enough. And we can also take this Dragon Claw here, and we can farm him down. We can go for one Surf now, and Lapras just tanks all the moves and KOs everything. Lapras definitely MVP of this team. Highly recommend you trying out Lapras again. It's a very cool Pokemon. Samron actually went ahead and maxed out level 41 version of Steelix here. This must be the 100% version as well, getting that high, which is kind of insane. Like, getting this Pokemon for this league, which is such an exclusive league that's basically only available for like 1 week every 2 seasons or something. Kinda insane, to be honest. Like, for the normal league, you definitely want an XL version. The XL version is way better than the normal version here. But here you can, of course, not use any XL Pokemon, as we can KO the Trevenant still. Go for 1 close combat against the Steelix. And Steelix problem for me is why I really despise the Pokemon. Like, I cannot try it out for this league anyway, but I might try it out in some special cups or whatever, but for me it just never does really the damage. Like, it's not as bulky that it's like a Bastion level or anything like this, and the charge moves and the fast move are neither like step, so like it doesn't do the damage that it's supposed to do, in my opinion. So for me, Steelix is never a Pokemon that I really like to play, but a Pokemon I like to play against is Swampert here with our team, as we have a pretty decent team against Swampert, to be honest. Next opponent, Dragonite lead. You're going to face a Dragonite lead a lot of times, as this Pokemon going to be very common, and I screw this game up by not throwing at the correct timing, to be honest. You're going to see me here baiting out this one. I went for 1 extra, but you saw me actually clicking on the move. I don't think that was my issue. I definitely tried to throw it at the correct time, but the game just didn't want me to. And that's going to hurt me now, as I'm going to try to overfarm too much here, as I now realize, oh, I only get to 1 move and I can only get 1 shield now, and now we're in a really tough scenario because we lost switch. We would have been able to actually gain back switch advantage here by actually getting the correct move timing in and not the game going for 1 extra, but that's how it is. And now we are definitely going to face an SCAF in the back, so we are kind of screwed here, to be honest. I don't think we have any chance of still winning this. Yep, SCAF in the back. We can still go for a Surf, and I know like Lapras is an MVP for this team, so let's see what we can still do here. We can go for another Surf, and actually gonna put him already in the red health, I think. Yep, which is kind of insane, but sadly the fast move pressure of this Pokemon is sadly not enough. I don't think I could have went for the Surf that in time. I think this was at the same time as they threw their move, so I think it's fine. I didn't misplay there, but they can go for another Dual Run, which put us into range where they can farm us down. This is going to be a good game here, as we see the next opponent having a Shadow Scissor in the lead. Actually, I think it would have been a neutral matchup in the lead, but I'm still going to swap out here, trying to hope that he swaps out as well, but we're going to get a shield here. I'm pretty sure he's going to bait and not going to go for the Iron Head, but I didn't really want to risk it, and we see a Swampert coming in, and look at this beautiful version of the Sneasler, going for 1 close combat, going for 1 Exeter, and this is enough to KO actually a Swampert, which is insane. Running back switch advantage here, which doesn't really help me because my team kinda is screwed against Scissor. So we have to go into our own Dragonite now, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough. Scissor is actually a Pokemon that I kind of also want to showcase, to be honest. It looks like a very good Pokemon to play right now. So maybe I'm also going to make a video about this one. But we have to see, as we see a Blaziken coming in here. And Blaziken, of course, doesn't really like to get hit by the Surf. But still, we are a little bit behind. We can shield 1 move up here. And now it's just the question, can we survive 1 Blaze Kick here? If we survive it, we will be able to win this game. If not, we lose. And we just lose. It must be really close though, because Blaze Kick is not really a strong move. Of course it's stab or whatever, but it's like a pretty nice bait move that still does some damage, but it's not crazy strong. So with the bulk of Lapras, I was actually a little bit surprised that you didn't live it, but it's fine. We see an opponent here coming into their Alolan Mug. We can stay in here because the rest they can go for is actually the Dark Pulse. If they go for the Acid Spray, I can swap out. They go for the Dark Pulse. Fine for me. We can go for another Surf. We don't really need the Surf for their lead anyway, so we're going to be fine here. Now we can go ahead, go into our Sneasler, and Sneasler are going to be able to resist every single move of this Pokemon, and we can farm down with not very effective Shadow Claws. But now we can also pressure this Dragonite with 1 close combat, and we should get to another move as well. Still, we see the HP, but I guess with the debuff, we're just way too squishy for them, so we cannot do really anything with them. I'm going to let this move go through because I expect them to have a Steel type in the back, so I'm going to let this one, and they have a Steel type in the back with the Empoleon. I'm going to be able to go for one other serve, and I can swap here still into my Dragonite. And at this point of time, it's basically a fast move beatdown. We have to see if they can get to 3 drill packs in time before I can KO them with my fast moves, or if I can get even to 3 Dragon Claws in time. Very close matchup here definitely, as we can go for another Dragon Claw. And I'm not sure what they're going to try to do, most likely farm up to 2 moves, and there should be just now at 2 moves, but we are also at our 3rd Dragon Claw already, KOing them with 2 moves, and they have no chance of winning this anymore. Winning us the battle here, also winning us the 3rd page already for the rewards there, which is kind of nice. So we're now on the 4th page where you can actually get an Elite TM already. As we see a Toxicroak against us. Basically little brothers here, as they have the same typing in this game, which is kind of funny. But we go ahead, go for the bait, trying to get the shield, and we get the first shield, and we can go now for the close combat. How much is it going to do? We will never find out because they're going to shield as well. But it is fine, as we can let the move go through. We still have our Dragonite, and we go straight into it, which was a little bit too late, but it doesn't really matter because we go straight for the superpower against the incoming Shadow Snorlax, trying to do some nice damage, and we put him into the red health here. We can go ahead, go for the Ice Shot down now against this thing, shield up the opponent's superpower, and we can go for one serve against Toxicroak. And now it really depends on what they have in the bag here, because we will see that it's going to be a Walrein. And here's the cool thing about Lapras against Walrein again. Lapras is just such a bulky boy that the Earthquake is just nothing compared to the Skullbash. Skullbash coming through, going to put him at half health already, and we're going to be able now to easily survive this Earthquake coming in here. And we can go for our own Skullbash, winning us the game here. Lapras is just such a beast. Against the Walrein, it's just so much better, it feels like. So yeah, a very good game there. We see the next opponent having a Trevenant in the lead here. We can go ahead and go into our Sneasler, trying to catch the Seed Bomb. Didn't work out. We have to shield now, and it's going to be another Seed Bomb. So they still baited me. Very nice. We see the Swampert coming in. We can try to CMP on them. And we can go for one close combat, getting the shield, getting the CMP tie. And we can go ahead and go back into our Lapras, I think. Which I'm not sure if I really wanted to go into this, to be honest. It's like a 50-50 scenario here. But I think Lapras might be a little bit better because we only have fast move damage against the Trevenant. While the Dragonite, of course, also has the Dragon Claw, which is neutral. We can now go into our Dragonite. We still have some moves stored on our Lapras, and maybe they come in clutch later. Sadly, they can still hit us with one Hydro Cannon, which puts us pretty low, but we can go for one Dragon Claw now against this Trevenant. And I'm pretty sure at this point of time we are kind of screwed because we're getting lower and lower. We're going to have to shield up this move, which is going to be a Shadow Ball, and they're still going to get to another move, and this is going to be a game over now. There's not a lot that I can do here anymore. They still have a full health Pokemon, which is going to be a Licky. We go for the superpower here. Going to be able to put him at half health, and we have 2 serves now available for us. And those 2 serves going to be enough to destroy this Licky. And of course, the opponent's Trevenant doesn't have any energy, and we can just barely farm down with the Lapras. Good game there. That was a very nice one and a very close one. As we see another Walrein in the lead, we can of course go ahead for the Skullbash, but I think it might be the game. Did I really misplay this one? There was like one that I really misplayed. I'm not sure if it's still in there. We see that we can go for the Skullbash now. Fine for us. And actually, the kind of issue here is you have to throw the second Skullbash immediately. If you don't throw them immediately, they can actually get to 3 Earthquakes in time, which is kind of awkward, which you're going to see now. And I thought this was an Icicle Spear. It wasn't, it's an Earthquake. And now I'm so far behind that I am kind of screwed, to be honest, and yeah, this is going to be a tough one to come back from, as we can go ahead and go for one Icicle Spear, for one Dragon Claw here, of course, trying to farm down this Charizard. We're going to basically give both shields to our Sneasler, trying to still win this game somehow, as otherwise we're going to get the Walrein back in again anyway, which it comes in now anyway. But we can now go for the Exeter, which is going to do some nice damage and get the shield from the opponent. We can shield up once as well and try to farm down now. Let's see what they have in the back. It's going to be the Blaziken. This is actually one of the teams that I put into my video for the top teams for this cup. Yeah, very good that I get beat beaten down by my own teams again. That's something that commonly happens to me, sadly, but yeah, this is going to be this for this game. Very close still, but also only really through the game there by my own mistake, which just happens. But yeah, we go to the next game here. We have the Warren against us again, as we can go for more Skull Bashes. So many Warrens in the lead. Fine for us, Skull Bash going to be the way to go here, as we're going to be able to resist those fast moves pretty easily, like they resist ours, but we are just a little bit tankier than them. And Lapras is just such a cool Pokemon, to be honest. Like, I really enjoy Lapras. Lapras is such a cool Pokemon to look at as well. They are going for a move here right now, and I'm pretty sure this was a little bit too fast, and it's going to be an Icicle Spear, so we're going to be able to finish off this one here, and let's see where they're going to go into. And they go into our Gallade, which allows us now to go for another Surf, and it's going to come down to the wire, because of course Dragonite is still kind of okayish against it, but we still have to shield those close combats. They're still going to hurt a lot. And we see the final Pokemon, which is going to be a Crobat. And look what Sneasler can do in this matchup. We have a Crobat which can completely annihilate us, and we have a Gallade which I really don't want to face. So it's basically just a shield, and we are going to use it like this as well. They go for a Poison Fang here, very nice bait there from them, and they are going ahead to go for another one here, which is good for us. And like this we can farm them down, go for one close combat, and farm this opposing Gallade down with our Dragonite, winning us a final game. And this is going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your evening or night or day or wherever you're watching it right now, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!